So it's 1972, and we've gone through a few of Elvis's collections of movie songs in the Camden budget releases, and it's time for a new studio album, and they find out that Elvis isn't as interested in the recording process as much as he used to be at this point in his life. There's some stuff going on in his personal life that kind of takes a toll on his energy level and his interest in recording, and it shows, and it begins to show in his music, and we'll see the effects of that as it kind of goes on from here. And you don't actually see that as much on Elvis now, in so much as specific song choices are concerned, but you see it in the way the track list was compiled. By which I mean, it's a hodgepodge. It's a mixed bag. It's leftovers, going all the way back to 1969. They're pulling Hey Jude from the 69 Memphis sessions, which is a very half-hearted version of Hey Jude. Almost offensively wrong as far as the lyrics are concerned. He doesn't really try. In fact, there's a version that appears on a later version of On Stage, February 1970, that's much better, that he did live of Hey Jude, even though it's just the main chorus. He doesn't botch the lyrics like he does in the version that shows up here. But that they were able, that they were willing to put that on this album, to go that deep into the remaining recordings, because they didn't have enough to flesh out this album, is somewhat troubling and somewhat telling about where Elvis was at this point in his career. In retrospect, we can say that. If you would have picked this up at the time, it's tough to say how I necessarily would have felt if I was there, because there are good songs on this. The songs that were recorded relatively fresh, new at the time for this, We Can Make the Morning, Early Morning Rain, Until It's Time for You to Go, Help Me Make It Through the Night. Those are all really good songs. But then there's a few of these where they're good, but they're just it just doesn't feel like it's a whole thing. It feels like there was half a thing, and then the other half they kind of had to fill in the best they could. I Was Born About 10,000 Years Ago reappears here in its full form from Elvis Country, but I mean that they're already repeating tracks just a year removed from an album. It kind of tells you it's not necessarily Elvis now. It's Elvis now and then, but not then. It's not a bad album. Though, like I said, about half of it, the newer stuff that's newer, is actually quite good. The rest of it, you can kind of take or leave. I would give this like one listen, just to hear some of those versions. I mean, he does Early Morning Rain in Aloha from Hawaii, but I actually think the studio version is better. We Can Make the Morning is another one of those songs that I discovered late, and hadn't really paid attention to, and I actually find it quite moving, performance-wise. But it's not particularly a strong album. It's just kind of an okay collection of songs, or an okay collection of okay songs with a few sprinkles of goodness. So, Elvis now.